Hello, welcome to Safe Simple Sound, where we make financial planning feel like a conversation with a friend. Today, we are demystifying 401ks, those retirement accounts that might seem complicated but can be important for your future. Our AI assisted episode will break down everything from employer matching to choosing the right investments. At the end of this deep dive, you will feel confident about taking control of your retirement savings in 401k. Let's jump in.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're tackling something super important for your future, 401k.
Yeah, these can seem a little intimidating.
They can seem like a black hole of financial jargon,
Right.
but by the end of this deep dive,
Yeah.
you're going to feel so much more confident about what they are and how they can set you up for a comfortable retirement.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power when it comes to planning your finances.
For sure.
And we're here to break it all down for you in a way that makes sense.
Okay, so let's start simple.
Think of it like a special savings account
Okay.
that's designed specifically for retirement.
Okay.
It's a way to put money aside from your paycheck before taxes even come out
Yeah.
and invest it to hopefully watch it grow over time.
Oh, so it's like a time machine for your money.
Yeah.
Putting it away now so your future self can enjoy it later.
Exactly. And the best part is your employer might even chip in some extra cash to help you save even more. It's called employer matching, and it's basically a bonus just for planning for your retirement. Yeah.
Free money. That sounds too good to be true.
Well, there are some conditions. Employers typically match a certain percentage of your contributions up to a certain limit. Like they might match 50% of what you put in up to 6% of your salary. Just a little boost to help you supercharge those savings.
So it's like a financial team effort.
Yeah.
You and your employer working together
Exactly.
to build that nest egg. Now, I've heard there are different types of 401ks. Can we break those down?
Absolutely. The two most common types are traditional and Roth 401ks.
Okay.
With a traditional 401k, you contribute pre-tax dollars, which basically lowers your taxable income now. And then that money grows tax-deferred until you take it out in retirement.
So it's like hitting the snooze button on taxes.
Exactly.
You pay them later.
You got it.
Okay, what about Roth?
So with a Roth 401k, you contribute after-tax dollars. But the cool thing is your withdrawals in retirement are completely tax-free. It's kind of like choosing between a discount now or a treat later.
A discount now or a treat later? That's a tough choice. It's like deciding between dessert now or saving room for something even sweeter later. How do you decide which one's right for you?
Well, it really depends on your situation
Okay.
and what you think your tax bracket will be in the future. Like if you think you'll be in a higher tax bracket when you retire, a Roth 401k might make more sense.
Right.
But if you think your tax bracket will be lower, then a traditional 401k might be the better choice.
So it's like a financial puzzle.
Yeah,
Figuring out which pieces fit best for you.
exactly.
Okay, so let's say I've figured out 401k I want. How do I actually make it grow? It's not just sitting in a savings account, right?
Right. No, definitely not. Your 401k money is invested in different things offered by your plan,
Okay.
like mutual funds, target date funds, index funds. Think of them as different vehicles for growing your money.
Okay, let's unpack those different vehicles.
Sure.
What are mutual funds?
So mutual funds are like baskets of different stocks or bonds managed by professionals. So you're diversifying your investments without picking individual stocks yourself.
Oh, that sounds convenient.
Right.
What about target date funds? Those seem popular.
Yeah, they are. So target date funds are designed to adjust what they're invested in as you get closer to retirement. It's like having your investments on autopilot, gradually becoming more conservative as you approach your target retirement date.
So that takes some of the guesswork out of managing things.
Yeah, exactly.
What about index funds?
Index funds track a particular market index like the S&P 500. It's like investing in the whole stock market all at once instead of trying to pick and choose individual winners and losers.
So that sounds like spreading your bets.
Exactly.
Okay, this is starting to click now,
Oh.
but I imagine there's got to be a catch.
Oh.
Nothing's truly free.
Oh.
What about fees? Are there
Yeah.
hidden costs with 401k?
You're right, there are fees involved.
Okay.
It's basically a small payment for the professionals who are managing your investments and running the plan. But these fees are usually a small percentage of your assets.
Okay, that makes me feel better. But how can I make sure those fees aren't eating away at my returns over time?
That's a great question, and we'll dive deeper into fees and how to minimize them in our deep dive. But just know they are something to consider.
Sounds good. So we covered the basics of 401k,
Yeah.
the different types, how they're invested.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else we should know?
Well, it's super important to remember that your 401k is for the long haul.
All right.
This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a long-term savings plan meant to help you build a solid financial future.
So it's like planting a tree. You've got to give it time to grow.
Exactly. And just like with any long-term investment, patience and consistency are key.
Totally. Anything else our listeners should keep in mind about these plans?
Yeah, keep in mind every 401k plan is a little different.
Yeah.
The investments, the fees,
Yeah.
the employer match, it's all going to vary depending on your company's specific plan. So make sure you look over those plan documents and ask questions if anything's confusing.
And if you need help figuring it all out, you can always reach out to Save Simple Sound.
Absolutely. They're the 401k pros.
Yeah.
They can help you navigate all the details.
Awesome. We talked about the basics,
Yeah, the basics.
but now I'm ready to take it to the next level.
Let's do it.
I really want to understand these fees we talked about earlier.
Sure.
How can I make sure I'm not losing a ton of my savings to fees?
Yeah, that's smart. Remember those mutual funds we talked about?
It's like a basket of investments.
Right, like a basket of investments managed by professionals.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those professionals don't work for free.
Right. Of course not.
And the fees they charge are reflected in something called the expense ratio.
Expense ratio. So that's like a percentage they take.
Exactly. It's expressed as a percentage of your assets. So, for example, if a mutual fund has an expense ratio of 1%, that means you're paying $1 in fees for every $100 you have invested.
Okay, that makes sense. So how do I know if the expense ratio is good or not?
Generally, lower is better
Okay.
because it means more of your money is staying invested and potentially growing.
Right.
So when you're comparing funds, look for ones with expense ratios below 1%. And keep in mind, even small differences in fees can add up over time because of compounding. Yeah.
Can you remind me how that works again?
So imagine you invest $100 and it earns a 7% return in the first year. That means you've earned $7, bringing your total to $107. Now, in the second year, you're not just earning 7% on your original $100, but on that $107.
Oh, I see.
So you're earning returns on your returns.
So it's like a snowball effect.
Exactly. And the longer your money is invested, the more time it has to compound and potentially grow. That's why it's so important to start saving early, even if it's just small amounts.
Got it. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about actually putting money,
Okay.
besides that employer matching you mentioned.
Yeah.
Are there any other strategies I should be thinking about?
Well, there's this thing called dollar cost averaging. It's basically spreading out your investments over time instead of trying to time the market and buy everything at once when you think prices are low.
But doesn't that mean I could miss out on some gains if the market's going up?
It's possible, yeah.
Okay.
But it also means you're protected if the market suddenly drops.
Oh, okay.
With dollar cost averaging, you're investing a fixed amount regularly, no matter what the market is doing.
So it kind of evens things out.
Exactly. It smooths out those market ups and downs and potentially reduces your average cost per share.
That makes me feel better. What other ways can I boost my 401k savings?
So a lot of plans offer something called automatic escalation.
Okay.
It lets you set it up so your contributions increase automatically over time, maybe tied to a raise or just a percentage increase.
So like setting it and forgetting it?
Exactly. It's a great way to build a saving habit and slowly increase how much you're putting away without even noticing it. And speaking of boosting your savings, did you know if you're 50 or older, you can make catch-up contributions?
Catch-up contributions. What's that?
So it's basically extra money you're allowed to contribute on top of the regular limit. It's like a turbo boost to get you closer to your retirement goals.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about maximizing contributions,
Yes.
minimizing fees, but what about actually choosing what to invest in?
Yeah.
All these options kind of overwhelm me.
Yeah, I hear you. It can be a lot, but remember, there's no one right answer for everyone.
Okay.
The right mix of investments for you depends on your risk tolerance, how long you have until retirement, and what you're hoping to achieve with your savings.
Risk tolerance. That sounds important.
It is. It basically means how comfortable you are with the market going up and down.
Okay.
Are you someone who loves a roller coaster ride?
I don't think so.
Or do you prefer a nice calm walk in the park?
Definitely more of a park walk person.
Okay, that's totally fine. That just means you have a lower risk tolerance, and that's something you should definitely consider when picking your investments. If you don't like the idea of your portfolio going up and down a lot, you might want to be more conservative with your choices.
Okay.
Maybe put more money in bonds, which tend to be less risky than stocks.
So if someone loves roller coasters,
Yeah.
they might go for more stocks.
Exactly. Stocks have historically had higher returns over the long term, but they also come with more risk. It's all about finding that balance.
Okay, so we've got risk tolerance.
Yeah.
What about that other thing you mentioned? How long I have till retirement?
Yeah, so that's called your time horizon.
Okay.
If you're young and have a lot of time until retirement, you can afford to take on more risk because you have time to recover if things go wrong.
So younger investors can be a bit more adventurous.
Exactly. They can ride out those market waves. But as you get closer to retirement, your time horizon shrinks. And you might want to shift to a more conservative approach to protect what you've saved.
Okay.
It's like adjusting your speed as you get closer to your destination.
Right.
You slow down to make sure you arrive safely.
I like that analogy.
And one last thing to remember is that your overall financial goals matter too.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to grow your wealth aggressively, or are you more focused on just keeping what you have? Your goals will help shape how you invest.
This is so helpful. But honestly, it's still kind of overwhelming trying to figure this all out on my own.
I know it's a lot. That's why it's so important to really read through those plan documents
Okay.
and ask questions if you're not sure about something.
And remember, you can always reach out to Safe Simple Sound if you need help.
Absolutely. They can walk you through everything.
Okay, so we talked about understanding fees and compounding, maximizing contributions, and choosing the right investments.
That's right. A lot of important stuff.
But there's still more to learn. What else should I be thinking about?
One important thing is rebalancing. Remember we talked about finding the right mix of investments based on your risk tolerance?
Yeah, like stocks versus bonds.
Right. Well, over time, that mix can get out of whack.
How so?
Well, some investments might do better than others
Oh, okay.
and throw off your initial balance.
So it's like my pizza toppings getting all messed up.
Exactly. Some toppings might be taking over.
Uh-huh, I get it.
So rebalancing is basically adjusting your portfolio to get it back to your target allocation.
Okay, so like making sure my pizza still has the right amount of each topping.
Exactly. You want that perfect flavor profile.
Got it. So how often should I be rebalancing?
You know there's no magic number.
Okay.
But most financial advisors would suggest doing it at least once a year, or anytime your portfolio gets significantly out of line with your target mix.
So it's like a checkup for my investments.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure everything's still running smoothly.
Got it. What else should we be keeping an eye on?
Another important thing is to stay updated about any changes to your specific 401k plan.
Okay.
Sometimes employers tweak things,
Like what?
maybe the investment options or the fees they charge.
Oh, okay, so it's not like I set it and forget it.
It's best to stay informed about what's happening with your plan.
Makes sense. How do we do that?
Just pay attention to any communication from your employer about your 401k
Okay,
and go to any meetings they offer.
gotcha. Okay, staying informed, rebalancing. Anything else I should add to my 401k checklist?
You bet. Let's talk about some common mistakes people make.
Okay, good idea.
Yeah.
What's the biggest one?
Taking money out too early. Remember, 401ks are meant for the long haul.
Right, retirement.
Exactly. If you take money out before you're 59 and a half, you'll usually get hit with a 10% penalty on top of regular income taxes.
Ouch. That's a big chunk of my savings gone.
Yeah, it's like eating your pizza before it's even done baking. You'll miss out on all that delicious potential growth.
Good point. So what if I really need that money before retirement? Are there ever exceptions?
There are a few.
Okay.
For things like some medical expenses, buying your first home, or if you're facing a serious financial hardship.
Okay.
But it's always best to talk to a financial advisor first
Okay.
to make sure you understand all the ins and outs.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Any other traps to watch out for?
Another common mistake is not paying attention to your investment choices at all.
Okay.
Don't just settle for whatever the default option is in your plan.
Right.
Take some time to research the different investments, figure out your risk tolerance, build a portfolio that really aligns with what you want to achieve.
Yeah, it's like letting someone else order my pizza for me. I might end up with something I don't even like.
Exactly. Take
Yeah.
charge of your 401k.
Yeah.
Make decisions that work for you.
That's really empowering. I feel so much more confident about navigating the world of 401ks now.
I'm glad to hear that.
Any last words of wisdom before we wrap up?
Just remember your 401k is a powerful tool to help you build a secure and enjoyable retirement.
Okay.
Start early,
Mm-hmm.
contribute consistently, make thoughtful investment choices, stay informed,
Yeah.
and you'll be well on your way.
It's like building a strong foundation for your future, brick by brick. And, of course, if anyone listening has more questions or needs personalized guidance, remember you can reach out to Safe Simple Sound.
Absolutely. They're the pros who can tailor advice to your specific situation and help you reach your retirement dreams.
Awesome. Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into 401ks. I hope everyone listening feels more prepared and knowledgeable about this important piece of their financial future.
Yeah, it's never too early or too late to start taking control of your finances.
So true. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, Keep saving and keep dreaming big.
See you next time.
Thanks for diving into 401ks with us today. Remember, your retirement journey is like building a pizza. It's all about getting the right mix of ingredients that work for you. Whether you're just starting out or looking to optimize your retirement strategy, we are here to help. Visit SaveSimpleSound.com for more resources and personalized guidance. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with someone who might need these insights. Until next time, keep learning, keep saving, and keep dreaming big.